Good morning. Friday morning, 6 a.m. Seems to be about my jogging time. I've only been up since 5:30. Yesterday I was up at 5:45, and no matter what, by 6 o'clock, whether I've had a cup of coffee, whether I'm awake or not, I'm running. What are you doing? Yeah, being lazy, fat. I'm kidding. I'm both of those things still, too. Oh shit, there's somebody sitting on a bench over there. That's crazy. Yeah, I think I'm gonna turn into Wes Watson. That's gonna be my spirit animal. And hey, I'm only fat in real life. But in my mind, I'm in shape. Anyways, let's do this dumbass jog. Getting ready to start. No stretch neither, just freaking run, Joe. Like a damn Navy SEAL. Not sure if this is improving my breathing or not. I'd like to believe that maybe it is. I know that my entire body is freaking broken down, and that sucks. But we're running. And that's it. 4 sprints down. Breathing is embarrassing. But we did it. 7:58 in the morning. I have no idea how today is gonna go, because it's already getting off on a freaking insane start. So let me start by saying this. I should have known better, and today will probably end up being a major lesson freaking learned that I should have never even had to learn because I knew better. I'm not sure how to even really go about this. So let me share this. We completed 2 jobs yesterday, the plaster repair job and also that front porch work. And man, by the time it was all said and done, the customer would look at the front porch work. They did have a gripe saying that they said that the work looked good, but that it was just a little more messy than what they thought in terms of cleaning up around the work area. So I guess that there was a little bit of debris that was left. I said, I'm sorry about that. I will be there today to clean that up. They said, okay, they paid me. They paid me via Zelle $9.75. This morning, I get a text from this person saying, good morning. When you stop through, can you please do a thorough walkthrough and ask yourself, if you were paying for this, was this professional work that was completed? And if your answer is yes, then I'm okay. Thank you. What? Clearly, they are feeling like the work completed was not professional, and that obviously they sound pretty unsatisfied with this work for whatever reason. And man, what am I gonna do about this? So I responded and I said, yes, when I stop by, I would do a thorough walkthrough. I said, and if you have any issues with the work that was completed, can you please let me know so that I can correct them? They didn't respond. You know, they were nitpicking, at least the boyfriend was, the whole time that we were there. I mean, just really like down on everything. Oh wow, what's up with this gate? They were really down on everything. Damn, it looks like somebody broke into the storage facility. Like, this shit is all messed up. Gates destroyed, like half sitting up. There's pickets missing from that gate. Y'all probably can't see it because of the sunlight. Damn. Somebody gonna get charged for that. Charging $9.75 for these deck repairs. We went up and beyond on this shit. And for you to say that it's unprofessional, hey, first and foremost, you get what you paid for. Like, that's the bottom line. And you told me yesterday that it looked good, and you went ahead and paid me. Now, all of a sudden, today, you're saying it looks unprofessional. Let me find out you've got buyer's remorse. Because that's what it's seeming like. man, what I'm gonna do about this, because no matter what we do, it ain't gonna be good enough. Oh man, I didn't even bring the freaking check. Joe, you dummy! All the shit you needed to bring today, and you didn't even bring the check. Oh, she's texting me again. No idea what she's talking about here. And here's the other kicker to this. Where she comes from in terms of being a customer is somewhere where I had to get another tripod. It finally came in. You remember they sent me toothpaste instead? Yo, where she comes from is a place where she could be leaving me comments about how we did. And it sucks because, man, I tried so hard to go up and beyond for her. And sometimes you're going to have a customer where you just know they are going to be unsatisfiable. Unsatisfreaking-fiable. Hold on one second. I don't know why I bought this tripod again. It might not be the greatest tripod. I don't have time to go dump out the back of the truck, which I kind of need to do. I got all the debris from that deck job that we just did. And I'm gonna have to put it in the storage unit. Hell, just replacing the handrail itself should have been $975. All right, just got a bunch of shit unloaded from the back of the truck. Okay, good deal. So, just heard back from that customer who's unsatisfied and said that our work is unprofessional. And turns out her issues are not with any of the actual technical construction components that we did. Her issues are with the paint. Said that there's a couple of light spots in the paint and asked if we could touch those up. Damn, man, for you to come on and say that we do unprofessional work because the paint needs to be touched up. And let me tell you, we didn't really have the greatest, we didn't have the right paint at all out there. In fact, we thought we did. We had this Valspar Storm Coat exterior satin, and that shit was unusable. It came out like water. And it had the consistency of milk. We did have the top coat, good paint for the black, but it's the white that's not living up to par. And really, here's another issue too. We didn't have the ability to pressure wash because not only did we not have outside power, and they actually had to feed us power through the door, which, you know, thankfully they did. We didn't have a water supply to be able to pressure wash. I'm not trying to make a bunch of excuses. I'm just glad to know that the work is, they're happy with the work minus the paint. And I promise you one thing, today, hey, man, today we gonna get that shit right. Yeah, we are. Not really trying to be out there for a whole hell of a lot of time, but we gotta do what we gotta do. All right, let's carry on with the day and hope to God today turns out to be a not bad one. A not bad one. Hey, leaving from Lowe's, and guess what? Today's already off to a splintastically awesome day. So I went to go pick up the shower door that the customer ordered because the customer wanted to get the materials to save on cost. Yeah, this is why you never let your customers get materials, because guess what? They ordered it from a totally different location than the one that we agreed on. So now I got to go all the way to a totally different city to go pick up this dumbass door when I could have got it from right here. And see, here's the crazy thing. They ordered it 5 times. 5 times from 5 different locations. So to say that I'm just a little annoyed with that, I'm a little annoyed with that. And yeah, now we get to fight all sorts of traffic trying to get to this city. And this will be unbelievably crazy. All right, well, let me let the customer know, hey, we might not get there till 1 o'clock now. All right, hey, it's 9:24 in the morning. We just picked up the shower door from a totally different Lowe's. And hopefully things are gonna start to mellow out a little bit. Think about smoking a blunt at some point in my life. Maybe I need it. Seltzer water. So, I've communicated all morning long with the customer. Time frames, mix up with locations, the fact that we're en route right now, nothing, not a peep out of this person. This was a job that I was thinking at first was going to be a great one when they said, hey, we're not concerned about the cheapest, when in all actuality that's all that they did here. They didn't like my price on the storm door, so they went with Lowe's, which was the cheapest. When it comes to the shower door, they went with the cheapest. But, no big deal. I charged them a good price for this install. $675 is the install price. I had to spend $200 on materials this morning, but it wasn't just for that job. However, I'm going to use this job to eat that material cost. This job was about less than $100 in materials, and then I needed about another $100 for paint to go touch up the porch job from yesterday. So by the time it's all said and done, profit wise on this, I'll make $315, and that's not terrible. Yeah, that's not terrible at all. My average profit margin has been $250 a day. And I wish that it would be higher, but I think that that's probably what the norm is going to be. I think that's what the norm is going to be, to be honest. All right, let's go hope for smooth sailing. And hope this shower door is okay in the back of my truck laying down the way that it is. I'm going to try to take it as easy as I can. But these bumps in the road. Damn. Let's hope we can get there in one piece. No pun intended. Do me a favor, that inside seam.
Okay, right there at the bottom.
Yeah, on both of them.
All right.
Good deal. Hey there, Joe and the projects. Back over at the front porch job. Looking at that right now, and it looks pretty good. Getting ready to do some touch-up painting on it. And it's 12:30. So yeah, we just got done with the shower door job, and that was freaking super easy minus well, I thought I kept the piece in here, but turns out it's probably in my back seat, and my back seat is super a mess like the rest of my truck is. The hardest part about that job was cutting the frame down to size, and it was wild because you would get the measurement, and then the bottom, you got to do the bottom first, so the bottom measurement had to be 3/8 less than your measurement, and then the top had to be a 1/16 less than your measurement. Man, it was straight algebra on that shit. But Joe knocked that shit out of the park, and I watched a YouTube video this morning watching a guy do that with the exact same thing. So watching the video, I was a freaking expert by the time that we got the door, and it was the same door that I watched the video on, so that helped out quite a bit. And yeah, man, we got that thing done in 2 hours, charged $675 for it. Customer was there the entire time. I think that they were pleased with the work that we did. They probably felt like they paid way too much for that, but in all actuality, I only made $315 off of that job. I'm lucky to have made that, right? I made $315 off of that job because I spent $200 in materials and paying Gene for today. Yeah, and then plus I had to add a little bit of extra for this particular job that we're getting ready to try to correct. And I say try to correct, but there's not a whole lot that needs to be done here. Not a whole lot that needs to be done. They had mentioned some of the paint didn't look so hot. Well, by the time it's said and done now, because I got some $60 a gallon, more Valspar, except I got this. I got the top of the line Valspar for this. So no excuse. This is going to be a one coat razzle dazzle, as I like to refer to it. It's 90 degrees outside, and I'm estimating being over here for about an hour and a half tops. Jean's at the store right this second getting some drinks. Oh, that's what it is. My leg keeps hitting that. The trailer disconnect thing. I'm too big for the truck. Ain't nothing like some hot ass old Dr. Pepper. Oh, that shit is ass. Feels good to have gotten all of these jobs done, but here's the crazy thing. We have absolutely nothing lined up moving forward. And to be honest, with this particular customer right here where we're at, I don't want to do any more work over here. And they probably won't even want us to do no more work over here, to be honest. I don't think they realize that they got a really good deal. I don't think they realize the length that I'll go to make sure that they're satisfied. But here I am, trying to make sure that they're satisfied. So as soon as Jean gets here, we're gonna put this coat of paint on here, get this knocked out, and then carry on. Maybe I'll get a chance to go look at some other work. Might be able to do that. All right, let's get this one done because it's Friday. Hey, how about them Cowboys? If they had Micah Parsons, they might have won that game last night. Crazy. Dak Prescott spitting on people? What's going on? What the hell's going on? Yeah, appreciate you doing that. What? Yeah. You got a drink over here. All right, that's it. Boy, I tell you what, just leaving out of the heart of the projects. Damn, it's rough out in that area. And now I'm shooting back over to the plaster repair customer to look at some additional work. Just didn't have time to look at it yesterday or any other time. We've been so busy. But I got time now. I just left from your home. We put another coat of paint on. I am satisfied with all the work that we completed on your home and feel confident about the services we provided. And I hope that you are satisfied with all work completed. Thank you very much. Friday afternoon. This is I wish I didn't make this obligation right here. I would much rather just go to the freaking house and chill out because I'm beat. This has been a grueling week. The shower door was an easy freaking job. The plaster repair job was not a bad job neither. But out there on that front porch and dealing with this customer who I still feel is not going to be satisfied with the work that we've completed, it's defeating. The lady said that, what did she say when she messaged me this morning? Would you pay for this and consider this professional work? Like, holy shit, lady, it is not even that serious. If you've got some issues, let them be heard. But are you going to put a staple in your Roadhouse dinner roll? Is that where we're going right here? Hopefully all is well and I'm just the one that's overreacting at this point, but there's no real telling. But mark my words, I don't believe that this is the end of what we've heard from this customer. And that is disappointing. Anyways, I'm gonna go look at a job. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap today's video up because I don't feel like filming anymore. I really don't even feel like talking anymore. I just want to go sit in peace and maybe grocery shop. Kind of enjoy some time off the clock, so to speak. It was a decent week. I think total, I did probably about $1,000 in profit. Certainly not enough, but hey, it beats a blank. And one thing's for certain, we are trying to provide the very best quality work that we can. I am trying to provide the very best quality work that I can, and it is not an easy thing to do all the time. Sometimes things get a little murky, and you got to address them. And I'm okay with addressing issues. I'm definitely okay with addressing issues, but it has to be within reason. It really does. All right. Talk soon.